Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sailor Solitaire. I missed you guys. I feel like I haven't connected with you in a while. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I hope you guys enjoy this reading. This is a mid-May update. I did do a different format for the beginning of the month, and I feel like the majority, pretty much everyone, thought that it was too short. And I feel like it would have made more sense if I had done longer readings at the beginning and then done maybe a shorter version for the mid-month update. But I didn't do that, so these readings are going to be the old format. They're going to be a bit longer, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. And if you haven't already watched your general readings, then be sure to check that out. I'll link it down below, and I'll also put a clickable picture thing at the end of this video so you guys can click that as well. So without further ado, guys, let's get right to the reading. So around the 10th of May, we did have a full moon in Scorpio, and this is probably my favorite full moon of the year because the sun is in Taurus. I don't know about you guys, but it's been intense for me, so I hope you guys are hanging in there. I hope you guys are taking advantage of the catharsis that this full moon brings and releasing a lot of things that you don't need anymore and really growing from the energy, growing with the moment, with the times. Okay, Libras, let's see what the rest of this month has in store for you. Libras. So the first card for you is this Eight of Wands. Wow, okay. So I feel like a lot of you guys are in need of inspiration. You guys are in need of something to push you in the right direction. This card is to me all about that sudden strike of inspiration when you need it the most. So I feel like a lot of you are feeling a bit stuck, or feeling like you can't move forward, feeling like you just, you're kind of, it's almost like the exact feeling of like waking up in the morning and not being able to just will yourself to get out of bed. And it really is willpower. It's a lot of just gathering your strength and putting your feet on the floor, actually kind of leaving the comfort and the warmth of your own bed to go and do what you have to do, what you have to accomplish. So I feel like a lot of you, or some of you at least, are a bit sluggish. Maybe you're not really as vigorous or as energetic as you want to be, and I feel like you guys need a strike of inspiration. You need that that muse, and I feel like you feel like that's missing right now in your life. I feel like you might be looking to your love interest for that inspiration, but I just want to say that it really is a matter of the will, and you can look for external sources of inspiration and external motivation all you want, but that's temporary. True strength comes from within, and if you can kind of kindle that fire inside of you and kind of fan those flames and have something that is close to your heart, have something that is yours and that comes from within, then that is going to be the best driving force for you. It's something that is long lasting, something that is renewable, and something that you can something that can be sustained for a long time. And I feel like, a lot of you are, again, looking outside for that motivation, for that muse, for that inspiration. But I feel like, you need to kind of dig a bit deeper and kind of pull that strength out of you. So let's see what is preventing you from doing this. What is a self-limiting or, self-sabotaging belief that you guys are kind of struggling with for the rest of this month? And we have the Chariot. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So we have the Chariot in the reverse position. So we do have this card, you know, this Eight of Wands. You're waiting for something to pull you, something, you know, to get you going. All these unicorns, all these horses, these unicorns are just standing around, you know. They need to be led, and they are a force to be reckoned with. They have a lot of manpower, or a lot of horsepower. They have a lot of you know, potential, but they need something to lead them. They need that driving force. They need that leadership. And with this Chariot in the reverse position, I feel like you may be motivated by the wrong reasons. I feel like a lot of you are kind of are losing sight of the bigger picture, and I feel like a lot of you are maybe, again, just worrying about things that don't matter, things that are not actually close to your heart. You're looking more for external validation, external sources of encouragement and motivation, when really you need to be looking inside, and you need to be reconnecting with a part of you that can actually give you meaningful motivation, and something, you know, maybe a connection, you know, a renewal of a bond between you and your partner, or maybe you know, just getting to the truth of something. You, instead of finding, you know, something or somebody else, maybe for some reason I'm getting somebody else's life as inspiration, or you know, you're looking to kind of map your life out with you know, with a blueprint of somebody else's life. So I feel like you guys are kind of, you know, you're not being original, and you're losing sight of yourself, and you're forgetting about, you know, the source of inspiration that comes from within. You know, I feel like you guys feel like, you know, your well has run dry, or, you know, your fountain isn't really working so much anymore. But again, you need to find a way to make that work. You need to find a way to fan those flames inside of you, and to you know, just fan the flames to have something that will, you know, make you remember just how powerful you are, and that will keep you warm at night, you know. Or maybe, to go back to the bed, waking up out of bed analogy, you know, you feel like you're warm in your bed, and then you feel like when you know, leave, when you go and do your everyday routine or whatever, you feel cold, you just want to crawl back in bed. But again, if you fan those flames, and you have you know, that fire within you, you have that fire wherever you go, you have that as a part of you, and you don't need to feel like you need to stay sheltered or stay in the comfort of, you know, your bed or wherever, what have you. You can take that with you and carry it along with you, so that, again, it's renewable, it's something that is with you, and it's not an external temporary fleeting force. It's permanent, and it's eternal, and it's part of you, and it's inside of you. So this Chariot, to me, with this Eight of Wands, is definitely saying that you need to find a bit of inner inspiration and inner strength. You know, maybe you are losing or lacking inspiration because the things that you thought would make you happy aren't really making you happy, and that's because you're looking, again, for external validation, when you really should be looking inside, because that is not, you're never going to be satisfied with external validation, because there's always going to be another thing. There's always going to be, you know, somebody out there who's better, or something out there that people pay more attention to. But if you focus inward, you know, people kind of, you know, you have that fire, and it's almost like you're drawing moths to a flame. You know, you're kind of working at it backwards, and you're kind of feeling like you are looking for, you know, that attraction. You're looking for people to be attracted to you, or moths to come to your flame, and you feel like that will, you know, re-spark your flame and make it bigger, when really you need to first figure out how to make that flame bigger, and then people will start coming to you. So a positive strategy for you guys to adapt, or something that you guys can benefit from, something that you guys should think about, is, wow, Judgments. Look at this. You have two major arcana cards here. So I feel like a lot of you are going through a lot. You guys have a lot on your mind and in your soul. You guys have a lot kind of heavy, you know, it's a heavy time for you, and there's just so much that the energy is just so real, so thick. It's like laying on you thick this month. But this Judgment card is a beautiful, beautiful card to have. So I definitely feel like you guys need to refocus a little bit, recenter yourselves. I feel like a lot of you are looking for that flame, for that strike, for that for a bit of a push. You guys are kind of running a bit out of control. You guys need to regroup, get it together. With this Judgment card, I feel like you also need to be less hard on yourself, and you need to, again, stop comparing yourself to other people and really focus on what's working for you, really focus on all your positive qualities, and, think of honestly how truly blessed you are right now. Think of how far you've come. Think of, how much better you are than other people. That's what I'm getting, but I don't want to say that. That sounds really weird, but, just honestly, instead of, thinking like, oh, all these people are so much better than me, just take a moment to think about how you're better than other people. That's just what I'm picking up. I hope that didn't sound like I'm telling you guys to be conceited or anything like that, but again, there's nothing wrong with kind of reclaiming that fire, that passion within you. And if you have to, put yourself above, I'd rather you put yourself above than putting other people above and you below. Does that make sense? Because again, you guys are losing sight of what's really important to you. And if you need to, I feel like you guys need to accept that your standards are, what's right for you. And, the way you do things could very well be, the better way to do things. Not that there's, better or worse. But I feel like, just because you're looking at somebody else or something else that seems to be, golden, seems to be working well, that's not to say that what you're doing isn't, just as valuable and just as meaningful and just as good. So I feel like you need to reprioritize a little bit, shift the way your mind is kind of validating things and valuing things, putting value on what people are putting out there in the world, because you don't want to confuse that with worth and confuse that with your own ability, your own contribution to the world. Okay, let's see what actually is working for you. This Nine of Wands. Cool. So we have 8 and 9 of Wands, kind of a progression there. So definitely you have 2 Major Arcana cards and 2 Wands cards. So that Wands card is about fire, about your creativity. So I feel like you guys are definitely feeling, again, restless, but also like burdened by like these influences, these energies that you're not really sure why, and you wish that you could kind of brush them off, shake them off, but they're kind of weighing you down. They're kind of there, prominent in your mind and in your soul. And I feel like it's just, you are getting that push that you need, but I feel like you don't really know how to kind of, like, you're getting this energy within you, but you don't know how to, I guess, package it up, clean it up. You have this raw material and you're unsure of how to kind of transform that and turn that into something that you can output, something meaningful, something that you can present to the world, something that you can be okay with and be proud of. And so this Nine of Wands is, to me, about, being true to yourself and being authentic. And you see this Knight of Wands, this lady here who is surrounded by these 9 wands, these sticks, and I feel like other people, or even maybe a different side of yourself, might be a bit hard on you, and you might be thinking that just because you're not necessarily outputting, you don't have anything tangible right now to show for your creative efforts and for your ideas, your creative vision. There's nothing, you're not really finalizing anything, putting anything out there. But, I feel like this card is all about, a rest period, but it's not completely like you're just relaxing, you're, letting things escape your mind and you're forgetting about things. You are resting, but in your head, internally, you've got a lot going on, and you're planning, you're making, you're figuring things out in your head, drawing things out, sketching it out, you know, you are going through hypotheticals in your head, but in a good way. You're being productive about it. Even though you might not necessarily be, you know, finalizing anything, actually producing something tangible, material in the physical world, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and you're preparing yourself. You're like getting ready for battle, but maybe not battle, but you're definitely like, you feel this energy coming up, and you're going to, you're really like, you want to be prepared, which is good. You're kind of mentally preparing yourself for what's to come, and I feel like, you know, you're waiting for that inspiration, but I feel like you need to create your own opportunity. You need to just go out instead of waiting for that right moment, which, you know, it's good to wait, and I don't feel like you're just passively waiting. You are, you know, internally preparing yourself, but I feel like you need to, I feel like part of the reason why you're just waiting is because you're kind of unsure, and, you know, you want to make movements when you're 100%, you know, your heart is into it, and you feel like this is the right thing for you. And I feel like you're gonna keep waiting until you realize that you need to reevaluate things, reevaluate what's going on, and reevaluate what's important to you, and why you're doing what you're doing, why you want whatever you know, goal you have for yourself, or goals you have for yourself. Until you figure that out, you're never going to you're not going to feel like, okay, the moment is right for me to go. You're always going to be kind of mentally preparing because something is just not quite right. So kind of just work that out in your own head. Don't be too hard on yourself. And I definitely feel like, you know, there's a lot of creative energy here that can push in the right direction, but you need to be able to handle it. You need to be able to transform that energy inside of you, and to fan those flames inside of you, so that you can, you know, just take off, you know, launch like a rocket, and you have so much within you, so much energy that can really help you, push you, and really make you feel like in your element, and make you feel like you're really doing exactly what you want to be doing, and you're really expressing yourself, and really, you know, putting yourself out there and being productive. But again, I feel like you need to stop looking outside, and you need to look a little bit more inside, reevaluate some things, and then, like, I feel like you're already mentally prepared, in a sense that you can handle, you know, what's to come. But there's just something, you know, in between point A and point B, there's something not quite right, and that's because you're waiting for that right time. You're waiting for something external to kind of signal to you, like, okay, I'm ready. But you need to figure that out for yourself. You need to reevaluate, shift some things in your head, so that you can recognize when things are, you know, when you can go ahead and jump in there and get going. I hope I'm making sense. I hope that you guys are with me. You guys are on the same page. Basically, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people, and make sure you're doing things for the right reason. Because, you know, I feel like, you know, the ball is it's like the ball is on like a cliff, or like on a hill, and you're the one who is kind of blocking that whole that rock, you know. And once you see things for, you know, what they actually are, and once you remember what it is that you want, what actually matters to you, instead of what you think should matter to you, then you can lift that block on that rock, and the ball will be rolling. You know, the ball is just about to be rolling. There's so much creative energy here, so much raw power here. You just need to make sure that it's right before you jump in there. So thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. Like this video, don't like this video. Just share your opinions. I'd love to hear them. Don't forget to watch your general readings for this month of May. I'll link it down below, and I'll provide a link at the end of this video. And don't forget to check out your other signs as well. Your sun, moon, rising sign, Venus sign, whatever sign resonates with you and whatever sign you identify with. If you don't know your other signs, I did make a video about that, so I'll link that as well at the end of this video. And until then, take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, week, rest of the month, year, if I never see you again. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. I hope to see you guys in June. I love you very much. Take care. And thanks again for watching.